Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody, Faith, Baby Daddy, voice of the street, man. And today we go be in Atlanta with it, man. So hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, man. And I ain't even finna say it no more. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. But anyway, y'all, we finna be in Atlanta with it. So we gonna be talking about the young Scooter case, y'all. Y'all know police came to Scooter them house, y'all. They knocked on the door. Scooter them opened the door, not expecting it to be anybody but somebody, whoever they was looking for. They opened the door. Whoa! Boom! Closed the door, and him and his buddy ran out the back door. Now check this out. This plot is really something like, right? As they running out the back door, Scooter jumped one gate. His boy, I guess, decided, damn. He stopped running and turned around, y'all. Scooter jumped another gate, and allegedly he broke his leg. And something, you know, when you break your leg and the bone cut an artery, you know, a blood vessel in his leg, one of the veins, and if it's a main artery, you really can bleed to death very quickly, y'all. If a tourniquet is not made very quickly, tie something around and apply a lot of pressure to stop the blood from just easing out, you can die. Because think, you standing up, so the blood running down, and then the adrenaline, you was just running, your heart still beating a little fast, so it's pumping. It's gonna keep pumping it. Now I'm gonna play y'all this, y'all, and let me say this. This is the 911 call for the reason the police was at the house. It was made by a woman, y'all. I'm gonna just say this. This is a dirty, vindictive, evil, hateful bitch, y'all. Or she just didn't like these niggas so much she wanted the house raided. And not only did she want the house raided, she wanted them to come hard and be really aggressive. You know, she lied and said the girl was being kidnapped. She had been beat up. She was bleeding profusely is the word she used. And she kept saying, it's a child involved. Where the baby at? And then, you know, when you say something happening, you know, you say, oh, they beating on this one. You would say, they jumping on this woman. Oh, he hitting her. He slapped her. He slapped her. Oh, my God, he punched her again. You would explain it more. See, he fighting her. He trying to fight her. Oh, my God, he trying to fight her. Y'all got to hurry up, this woman here, man. And then I heard she went on the internet and said some bullshit. I ain't seen that part yet. Said he next played some of it, but not the whole thing, you know. I got to go back and try to find it, but I want y'all to hear the 911 call, and then we go catch up, y'all, and go find out what's going on with her lie. But the police got a $5,000 reward out for whoever this woman is, y'all. You know, so if it's her or one of her friends, she could turn her goddamn self in and just go through the shit and see what's going on, you know. Hey, I'll take that $5,000. Listen, I would call and say, hey, I know who that woman was on the phone. They say, yeah, you do. Yeah, I will get a reward for it. They say, yeah, you get a reward. Okay. Who was the woman? It was me, motherfucker. That's who it was. I called about them dirty bastards. They been selling rocks on my block. I'm tired of it. They got cars coming up and down here. Ooh, whatever, right? But, y'all, they say it was Scooter's birthday. They must have been planning to go somewhere, or they was going to have a quiet night at home. But whatever, it was just him and his partner in the house. They hadn't left yet, I guess, or whatever. Or maybe they weren't throwing no party, you know. Scooter 39 years old, he probably like, man, I ain't finna go to no party or do this. I'm cool doing what I'm doing. But through all the negative shit this woman said, getting the police there, I want y'all to pay attention to one part. When they gave the description, when she gave the description She did not say he had dreads. She said he had a low haircut. So that means it might not have been a call that was called on Scooter. It might have been Scooter boy. So that means he might have got the bitter woman or the bitch that's mad at him or something like that. And then when women think you fucking another woman, you know, they'll do something. And she probably was describing that bitch. She knew that's a little light-skinned bitch, 5'3", 130 pounds, and the bitch got a baby. So she might have assumed all that was going to be in play at that house. So she put so much information there. If they would have came there and that woman would have still been there, you know, and the baby, it would have been a situation where they had to explain a lot. But she wouldn't have been bleeding or none of that. But the way she was saying it, and then this is how her mind was working. Yeah, I bet the bitch gonna be buck naked. She probably over there sucking his dick, bitch. I'm finna call the police on they ass. I'm gonna fix they ass. And that's what this lady did, y'all. Now, I can't wait to finish hearing the live and see what her reasons for. How she gonna try to spin it and justify the reason you made a false 911 call with lies, all lies. And this is a certain thing they call swatting, y'all. People do that, right? And people can pull up and say, because I remember a situation one time before, the police came over here one time and they said a woman was being held in this house, and the police had called 911. They said somebody called 911 from here. I'm like, no, the fuck they didn't, you know. And I'm like, man, they could have put on the side of the house and made the call, but whatever, they wanted to come in, you know. And I let them come in eventually. I'm like, ain't no woman in here, such hiding in no basement, and you know, I'm told them go and check the abandoned houses and everything, but I remember we let them walk through and just look in the closet. They said, don't worry about if you're smoking weed or anything you're doing. We're not here for that. We're just looking for a body. If this woman ain't in here, so be it. I could have been an asshole and been like, y'all, y'all ain't got no search warrant. They ain't coming in here. But if the shoe don't fit, you know what I mean, let it go. So whatever they had going on, it had nothing to do with us. So we like, man, go ahead on. So this have been known to happen, y'all, but not with all that extra how she did it, y'all. Let me let y'all see. I'm going to pull this up off SETI page. I had let y'all see it yesterday.
Really hitting her. And it's a child involved. There is like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Well, I mean, if the phone call is starting off like that, it can't get worse. Could it?
Side naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage. And then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Well, I mean, when you put it that way, I mean, the police got to show up guns a-blazing. You know what the police response was? Because they did not like being lied on? Check this out.
Tonight at 6, Atlanta police are asking for the public's help in identifying a woman's voice on a 911 call. Now, this is in connection to the death of rapper Young Scooter last Friday. Police say the rapper, whose real name is Kenneth Bailey, died from a leg injury that he got while running from officers. They say they responded to a home in Lakewood Heights on Friday over reports about a fight and possible shots fired. In the new 911 call, a woman describes to the dispatcher what she says she saw.
I'm not sure what they were fighting over. If they were fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like.
How do you know that?
It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting.
Again, police they are trying to identify the woman on the call. At the same time, the GBI is conducting its own death investigation. We'll have much more tonight on 11 Live News at 11.
I know. Enough cuts. Give us the content. I got y'all.
Atlanta 911 operator 8715. What is the location of your emergency?
The location is
for the transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye?
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye? NYE, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you to Kat. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both, if you consider both. There was literally a shooting.
Both.
The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house. And then, I'm sorry, what is my name?
Okay.
So they should have
tell
a
me
name.
exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They hold their guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's like the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw him outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they were fighting over. If they were fighting over drugs.
Fought the girl.
It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting.
And then they started shooting.
Come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
Fire?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
That's not, yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Bleeding profusely, the bitch said, y'all.
Do you see her hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to, they brought her, the guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked and then he was fighting her outside.
And then there was fighting her outside.
She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. He's refusing to let her out. It's like 7 guys in the house.
7 guys.
I just got the
So they trying to stop their victim from getting out, y'all. Allegedly, she said, "I don't want to say they pimping, man, but something going on. You know, y'all need to get over here quickly."
Okay. Give me one moment.
And that's a lot to be typing in. You know, that lady got to put all that in there so the police can read it and get
There's
there.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Has a baby. But did you see the baby? There's a child involved.
Okay, you said the female was naked?
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay.
She really got it in for these people, y'all.
Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get it. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
What? Okay. And you said she's naked. Okay, give me one moment. Let me get EMS on the line.
Okay.
And firemen refuse to come. They like, if they shooting, what the fuck you need us for? Ain't no fire. They usually roll with paramedics sometime, but they like, no, we ain't
You have
coming.
reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in order received. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in order received.
You want to answer the phone, man.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang
Hello,
up.
ma'am. Can you tell me what they're doing right now?
Right now they're still battling. She's trying to get out.
It's still battling. She's trying to get out. Right.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received.
You'd be dead if you had to wait on these motherfuckers to get there.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Hey, Grady, it's Atlanta with a transfer to caller advising 273 William Knott Drive, Southeast. Let me give you a little bit about what's going on at this location. There's a male at the location that's fighting a female. She is naked. A shooting, shots were fired. About 3 shots were fired.
Repeat the address for me.
273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
Oh, okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Yeah, call and let her know what happened.
Hello.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. And it's like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
There's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage, and then there was a baby involved. So
they hold the hostage, man.
Really serious, and he's
bitch, that ain't weapon.
Here, she's gonna be really hurt.
She's gonna be really hurt. Bitch.
8715.
And you already have PD en route?
PD has been notified and it's being started.
Okay, stand by for
fire. What's the operator? You on fire?
Stand by. I'm not sure if the protocol will request it.
Okay.
Ma'am, are you with the patient now?
No, I'm a neighborhood watch. I'm just literally a neighborhood watch. I'm not in the house.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, no problem. About how old do you think she is?
She has to be about maybe... She looks a little underage, but I don't want to say that. You know, looks could be deceiving. So she's roughly, I'll say let's just say between 18 and 21. Somewhere between that.
Is she awake?
What do you mean, is she awake? He's beating her bloody.
Conscious?
He's beating her bloody. He's dragged her back in the house.
Is she breathing?
Ma'am, he dragged her back in the house.
Okay, I understand that. I'm going to ask you some more questions. I understand you're not able to see what exactly is going on now. But just answer the questions to the best of your ability.
Right.
Okay.
Were any weapons involved?
Everyone in the house has weapons.
Damn.
Okay.
Everyone. That's 7 guns, like she wants to say.
I don't know if all 7 live there, but it's typically about the same amount that's there every day.
Okay. Is there any serious bleeding?
She's bleeding from her face, like the whole front of her face. She's bleeding profusely, and then there's a child involved.
You wanna be like she
bust her head,
and it's a child involved.
Are you serious, ma'am?
Yes, I'm serious. I need to know for the paramedics if she's completely alert.
How can I assess if she is alert if I just told her they dragged her back in the house?
So like I advised earlier, just answer to the best of your ability.
She was breathing when she was outside trying to get away.
If you don't know, you can just say unknown.
Right.
That's the fight.
Okay.
Is she having any difficulty breathing?
I don't know.
Thank you for that. That's not requesting for fire to go out there.
They said they're not requesting fire to go out there.
I'm clear on 2 officers en route. Thank you.
Alright, Atlanta's disconnected. Alright, thank you, caller.
Okay, ma'am, I'm sending the paramedics to help.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when
let me know what y'all think of that, man. That's crazy. Let me see.
There's so much to
that was the end.
Here.
That was the end of that. Nah, that was the 911 call. But the part I wanted y'all to peep. Did y'all peep when she said that they said describe the guy that she said he had a low haircut? So that means it's possibly that this one here falls on Scooter partner. You know, that's just my opinion. It falls on his partner, you know. And, you know, women do a lot of shit to get back at niggas. Because sometimes women, a lot of women get back at you by just going and fuck somebody, get their lick back like that. But the women that don't cheat, they be so hurt you doing that. They like, I'm not finna go fuck nobody because he cheating with that bitch. I'ma fix his ass though. They like to break the windows out your cars, you know what I mean? Stab your cars up, put it on full flats, you know. Or now, call the police to the spot where they know you selling drugs at. They know. And if it was just two of them in there, you know, it probably was a low-key spot. They might be selling weight or something like that. And then for the way they both ran, whoosh, tried to get up out of there like, fuck that shit, I'm gone, you know. But my thing is this, if you hustling or whatever, why you didn't peek out the door and be like, back up, that's the police. That's the police. You know, that's how we used to do. I ain't never just open no motherfucking door and it's the police. I want to look and see who it is. You know, I want to look and see who it is, you know. And in my neighborhood, y'all, we got a vice lord named Paris and we got a stone named Paris, right? Naturally, the stone Paris is my boy, right? Anyway, the vice lord guy comes over to see me one night. He knocks on the door. I'm not expecting him. I ain't talked to him or nothing, so I said, who is it? It's Paris. I'm like, who? Paris. I look at my boy, I said, that's not Paris. That's not Paris. So I'm thinking a nigga trying to get me to open the door. Nigga lying and using my man name. Shit. I went and grabbed that bitch, y'all, ran upstairs. I know I got the 2-flat building, ran upstairs. And I can look down and see the back door, man. I opened the window and hung out there, man. He like, no, shut, no, wait, this Vice Lord Paris, that's just Vice Lord Paris. I said, all right, nigga, you better not be playing, motherfucker. You could have said that. I know my partner voice, nigga, and it ain't your ass. He like to get his ass lit up playing games. And he wasn't really playing games. He just didn't, you know, put it together right then. He should have been like, when I said, who? Paris. Who? This Vice Lord Paris, Trump. And then I'd have been like, oh, okay. Or he could have just said, this KC boy. Because a lot of them niggas I knew through Rock Island through KC. You know? Through KC, man. But anyway, this is a sad situation, y'all, that this woman did all this. And I'm pretty sure this here did worse than she even thought was going to happen. She probably thought maybe they'd go to jail, you know, lose a few drugs or whatever. That's cool, you know, she worried about that. That's what she want to do, throw a monkey into your program anyway and throw everything off. So if something you have to run and leave your drugs, cool. But I don't think she thought nobody was going to die. But the hardest she was going, she really, y'all, and I mean really, really wanted the police to get there. And she wanted them on 10 and high alert too. Kind of like on the hand on the finger trigger, you know what I mean? Motherfucker jump in shit, nervous because he know you a kidnapper. Allegedly, you supposed to kidnap the bitch. Got in here, 7 niggas in with guns, and they just shot them in the air and all that. How the fuck you think they do that at? Niggas ain't that stupid out here in the street. They might pose for videos and shit and show their guns and all that, but I don't think they just doing it like she trying to say. When they walk out, they be having the guns up in the air. So we walk out the house like this. Now, a nigga might walk out like this, you know what I mean? Shit, or he got that bitch cuffed on the side of him, you know, walk out with it like. Alright, come on, Joe, come on. Alright, go on, jump in there. Call me when you get to the crib, nigga. You know, motherfucker watching this homie back. That's how we do. That's how you're supposed to do it, you know. You don't let no motherfucker run up on your partner while he getting in the car He barely got the motherfucker started and warm it up good, and some niggas pull up and get down on him. You supposed to be on that S until he pull off. That's why I never lollygagged in my car, y'all. Whenever I get in the car, I get that bitch moving quickly. Get it moving. I can't be no sitting duck. You got to get on me and chase me down if I ain't got it on me. When we go bang it out, y'all. That's what's going to happen. We go bang it out. And let me just say this, right? We was talking about high-speed chases the other day, y'all. And I told y'all I've been in a lot of them. But never once have I put my girl in jeopardy by going on a high-speed chase, you know, with her in the car. And I was thinking about it. Come to think about it, a bitch put me in a high-speed chase, y'all. You hear me? She put me in it. But we weren't being chased by the police. We were running from a shootout situation, y'all. So it happens like this, right? We creeping through the hood, going do whatever we was doing, me and my baby mama, right? So, like I said, I had a lot of smoke in the city, so some ops pull up on the side of me, and the nigga tried to line me up. He had a good, man, listen, the nigga he knew he couldn't pull all the way up on the side of me because I would see him. So he stopped back a little bit. Now, I know a lot of cars used to do that sometimes because they didn't want to pull up on the side. Sometimes niggas don't even want to be in it. They like, I'm going to just stop right here. You know, but in this case, this nigga was trying to line me up. He had a good angle, and my girl, she synced him. And he was in the car with his woman. And she said, "Poopy, look out!" And I ducked, and he, boom, 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 boom. He let off about 3. I ducked. I said, "This motherfucker." I come up now. I got that bitch. He turn around and go back the other way, y'all. Man, I busted U-turn. Listen, I chased that motherfucker like I was the police, y'all. You hear me? This nigga had the nerve to pull up, jump out, and run into a damn courtesy change, y'all. Not a courtesy change, I mean a laundromat. I pulled right up, jumped out, and went right in there behind his motherfucking ass. You hear me? Went right in there behind his ass. Gave his ass a free, you bitch. You know what I mean? No, I didn't kill him, y'all. I sure popped his ass a couple of times. This nigga, you just tried to kill me. You know? I sure put a fear in his ass, and then I come out, his girl sitting there looking crazy. I gave that bitch two, man. I ain't give a fuck. Bitch, you with him. You know what I mean? Bitch, you with him. I bet you that bitch got a bullet in her arm here. I bet she like, oh, he shot me. Meanwhile, my girl done jumped out the motherfucking passenger seat and jumped in the driver's seat. And she had the door open. This bitch sounded like the Exorcist when I come out. Let's go! That's what the bitch said, right? I jumps in the car. Boom! This bitch take off. I'm talking about she is rolling, y'all. And I'm like, babe, slow down. Don't run the red light. Don't run the red light. Don't run the red light. I'm like, whoa, slow down. I'm trying to tell her we dirty. You don't need to get the police on us by running a light. It's like the bitch won't listen to me. I'm like, man, don't run this light. Don't run this light. Don't run the light. Yo, she went through another one. I'm like, man, slow down. Slow down. We done got away. Slow down. We run another light, man. We went all the way till we got to her grandma's house, right? That bitch pulled up in front of her house. Jumped out. She walking. She get out walking fast. She like, park that thing. She's like, park it. And I'm like, all right. She like, she walking in the house. She turned around and said, give me that thing. I had to the strap. She took it and went on upstairs, right? I guess she was so glad to get home. She was so scared, y'all. I think she was driving like that because she like, fuck this shit. I'm trying to get home. And she bear witness to all that. So she like, see, they tried to kill my baby. Fuck that. So after we got away, after I park and come up there, it's like the bitch snapped back. like nothing had never happened. You know what I mean? I come up there. She's like, babe, you hungry? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, I'm finna make us something to eat. You know, she made us something to eat. She's like, you want to watch a movie? I'm like, yeah, we can. You know, we just chilling in the living room and everything. Now, I usually didn't spend the night at this house because this was her grandmama's house. But I was always able to. I just wasn't, you know, because I had my own house. So, after we ate, she said then, she's like, babe, you might as well just spend the night over here because I don't want you to have to go home tonight. I don't want you going back over there, especially in that truck. You know, you can just go and go home tomorrow. Or better yet, you could switch cars, have one of your guys bring you another car down here. You might want to leave this down here a few days, you know. That's why I said parking. So I had parked it on the next block. And she said, yeah, you just get somebody to come get you and you might want to leave it down here a few days. I'm like, I don't got to, but I could, you know. So that's exactly what I did, right? But I'm like, damn, she took me on a goddamn high-speed chase, y'all. That was crazy. So I can imagine how Boogie, goddamn it, what it was his sister, how his sister felt trying to get somebody to stop while they speeding like that. And I wonder what that nigga, I know what he was thinking, y'all. He didn't want to go to jail, his scary ass. But you got, man, come on, bro. You got 3 open warrants. And then you riding around with 2 guns. Plus you got an assortment of drugs. You got your little weed you need. You got your perkies. And you got something else. Because the police said the type of drugs he had. They didn't separate them out. They said a variety of drugs were found. I'm like, damn. Now that boy then got that girl killed. His girlfriend lost her arm. So when he see her again and when she come on the visit and the bitch standing there like I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry, I'm being bad. Okay, I'm sorry, but bitch standing there like this. I hope you feel it, nigga. I hope you feel it. I hope if you ever get out and she get with you, nigga, you go notice it. I hope you have goddamn it, you on top of her and she trying to grab that ass. She missing that one head. You gonna notice it. You son of a bitch. Listen, y'all, that's just a joke, man. I'm sorry. I am not trying to make fun of the woman, y'all. I really want him to feel it. I don't want her to feel it. You know, I don't want her to be hurt about your arm. You know what I mean? Don't let that bother you, sis. But one thing you do, cut that fuck nigga off. And I wouldn't even answer his phone call. If that nigga called you, don't answer the phone. And if he called your sister or mama and try to get through, just say, I would have accepted your call, but I didn't have another hand to answer the phone with, motherfucker. I can't dial with my right hand. You know, I couldn't answer the phone. I got to learn how to do everything with this one hand. Because your fuck nigga don't want to stop. And then they said the man had a sexual assault, y'all. A statutory. You know what that means for the people who don't know. A statutory is when you have sex with an underage person. You know, it don't matter how old, how many years different. She got to be underage for them to hit you with that. And I think that's why he missing court and didn't want to go to jail. You know, because when you go to jail for crimes like that, ain't nothing cool about it. You ain't got no respect in jail. They go treat you like a bitch. That's why that nigga was hooping and hollering, y'all. That's why, because he know it's finna be rough. This gonna be a rough bit. And I don't know if they gave the man the bond or what, but that's something crazy. And I'm going to look over it today, y'all, and see. I wasn't Scott. I think they said something about Lil Ronnie funeral. I didn't see it yet. I'm going to try to find it, and we go put it back up, and we'll talk about that next. You feel me? It's your boy G Shump, everybody, favorite baby daddy, voice of the street. I'm going to plant you now and dig you later. I'm out of here.